Hello crocheters, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia, and in this project we are going to work on this super easy, really fast to work up crochet mesh long vest, or this would also make a perfect beach cover up. And we're using cotton yarn, so that's again perfect for a beach cover up. It will absorb water, it will dry faster. So let's talk about the materials. So this is a number 3. You can use any number 3 in cotton. You can of course use acrylic. I suggest cotton again if you're going to use it as a beach cover up. This one happens to be a Yarn Bee sugar wheel cotton, and the color is Sprinkles on Top. Again, number 3. You'll need scissors, you'll need a yarn needle, and the crochet hook is an H or a 5mm. And the measuring tape might come in handy. The printable pattern will be available at my Etsy shop, Crazy Cool Crochet US, as in United States. crazycoolcrochetus.etsy.com. For the size small, medium, you are going to start with a chain of 57, 5-7. Then you are going to double crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. So you are skipping the first 5 chains. Do not count the loop on the hook. The first one usually shrinks up, so be careful with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet into the next chain, number 6. Then chain 2. Then skip 2 chains. 1, 2, and double crochet into the next chain. That's the pattern for row 1. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet in the next chain. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet all the way to the end. Now at the end of that first row, you entered your last double crochet in the last chain, chain 5, and then turn. Now you will enter a double crochet into the top of each double crochet post below. So that beginning chain 5 will count as a double crochet and the chain 2. So now double crochet into the top of that first double crochet post. Chain 2. And double crochet into the top of the next double crochet. And chain 2. I keep losing that. And just continue that across. So you chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. At the end of row 2, you did your last 2 chains. Now you're going to enter your last double crochet into the 3rd chain of that turning chain. Chain 5. You will always chain 5 at the end of the row, and then turn, and then repeat. So that was your repeat row. So you will repeat for the total number of rows required for your size. This is what we are working toward. So for the size small medium, this was 60 rows plus the last row of single crochet. So that would be a total of 61 rows. Now when you are ready to do your last row, that will be a single crochet row. So at the last row, you will chain 1 and then turn. Now you're going to enter 2 single crochets into each large space. You're probably going to want to use a more relaxed tension for the single crochet row so they don't bunch up. And that's it, all the way to the end. At the end of the single crochet row, you will enter your last 2 single crochets in the last space and then 1 last single crochet into the turning chain. Then chain 1, cut off your yarn, pull the yarn through, squeeze it down for a knot. And that's it. Now for the back panel, you only need 1. And for size small medium, you will start with a chain of 123, 1, 2, 3. And you work it exactly the same as you did for the front panel. For the other sizes, follow the count for your size. And don't forget to end with a single crochet row. Now we're going to seam the panels at the shoulder, and you want the wrong sides out. So this is the wrong side. So the way to determine the right side and the wrong side. The right side is typically the side where you have your foundation chain. And that's the right side. So, of course, that's the wrong side. So you want wrong side up. And then for the back panel, that will be the wrong side. So now to seam the top, the shoulder part, I like to insert the yarn and then knot it. Of course, you're using your yarn needle and the length of yarn. And then I use a whip stitch. If you're experienced, you can use whatever method you prefer. So just bring it through. So for the whip stitch, you're just going around and around. And you want to go through the first 2 loops on each panel. So you've got 4 loops total that you're going through. It's the chains, you're going under the chain. Just bring it around. So there's a chain on each side, bring it around. And you want to line up your squares, which is easy enough. So just do that until you get to the end. When you get to the end of that shoulder seam, weave through like 1 strand at the top for a little, maybe an inch or 2. Then knot your strand and cut it off. You'll need to cut it off and then do the knot. Okay, now after you add your second panel, after you've seen the second panel, you will find that you've got a little bit left over, and that's the neck opening, so that is correct. Now for the side seam, you will seam using the same method that you used for the shoulder, and here you can use a lot of discretion. So you can, what I'm choosing to do is leave like a 10-inch opening, nice and wide. And then at the bottom, I'm going to leave a very large opening as well. So I'm only going to seam from about the center mark here up to that where I get my 10-inch opening. So that is entirely up to you how much you want to leave open on the bottom and how wide of an armhole opening you prefer. And of course, as you were making this, you can make this as long or short as you want. It's just a matter of adding more or less rows. Now to finish this off, we're going to add 1 row of single crochet along the raw edges. So I started at the seam of the shoulder and neck. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, chain 1, and then enter 2 single crochets in each of the large spaces all the way around, including this area here that was not seamed at the bottom. And then come back around the bottom then around to the other side. So when you complete that border, then you can also do the same around the armhole openings. So I wanted to keep the garment nice and light, so you can go back and add more rows of single crochet if you want a more substantial border. I did not want that, but that's absolutely up to you. Feel free to do so. And then that's it. As you can see, this is very versatile, the way you can wear it in many different ways. Now, if you missed any of the detail throughout the video tutorial, make sure to go down into the space below the video. It will say show more. Open that up, and I've got all kinds of other detail in there. And if you want the written printable pattern, head over to the Etsy shop, crazycoolcrochet us.etsy.com.